since this is a polynomial function right here, it's continuous everywhere. And for a continuous function on a closed interval, for example, in this problem from -6 to 15 inclusive, the absolute maximum and minimum values occur at either the endpoints of the interval, which would be here and here, or at critical numbers in the interval. And what do we mean by critical numbers? We mean where does the first derivative equal 0? So here's the first derivative right here, employing the power rule. And I've rewritten it here by factoring out the x 4x and leaving the binomial x squared minus 49. That makes it easy to tell where the zeros of the first derivative are, where it equals 0. Well, it looks like I cut off part of that, but it turns out if you put 0 into the first derivative, you get 0, or if you put 7 into the first derivative, you get 0. Also, if you put -7 into the first derivative, you get 0. So these are the critical numbers right here, 0, 7, and -7. And in this table, I've put in all those critical numbers, 0, -7, and 7. And here are the endpoints of the interval, -6 and 15. There's no point in checking any other numbers in that interval from -6 to 15. The absolute minimum value occurs here at -6, which is this left-hand endpoint. Whoops, no, I'm sorry. It occurs here at 7, not at -6. This value, the y value, is actually less than what happens at this left-hand endpoint, -2,394. That's putting the number 7 back into this original function. The absolute maximum value does occur at the right-hand endpoint, 28,582. Notice that f of -7 is undefined because I've restricted the interval for which the function is displayed, from -6 to 15. So -7 is not in the domain of the restricted function. If we did eliminate this, then this thing would turn around and go back up. It's actually symmetric with respect to the y-axis. And we would not have an absolute maximum value, because this thing would continue to go up in both directions. The end behavior is up, up. Okay, so there's the absolute, there's where the absolute minimum value occurs at 7. This number is the absolute minimum value, -2,394. And this number, 28,582, is the absolute maximum value on the closed interval from -6 to 15 inclusive. There you go. Hope that helped. If you have any questions, post a comment.